Good afternoon and welcome to Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Stu Nyman. I'm here with Andrew Bleckman, and we're pleased to welcome you to this Friday afternoon performance. We have 9 games for you beginning at 4 p.m. In addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action, each of today's games offers win, place, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta wagering. And if these terms are new to you, we'll explain them throughout the performance. We also have a pick 3 in game 4, the high-paying High 5 jackpot, which begins in game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee, and the all-new Mighty Ocho jackpot, a pick 8 wager, begins in game 1. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com, or if you're in Connecticut, mywinners.com. However, placing wagers on Jai-Alai is not necessary in order to enjoy all that we have in store for you today. We do not have any scratches in today's performance. That means that everyone who was scheduled to play is playing. Very pleased that you chose to join us this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We recognize that these are difficult times for everyone, and we are just pleased to be able to offer you Jai-Alai as sports entertainment this afternoon. So with that in mind, we ask you to make your wagers early. Then sit back and relax, because post time, that's the time we begin. Our first game is now just 7 minutes away. 7 minutes till post in game 1. Hi, Andrew.
Stu, back for another 9 games.
Yes, you're over there typing feverishly.
Typing feverishly because we'll
your
update
resume.
the people
You're
on
updating
that.
your resume. You don't think that we have a shot, and you're updating your resume.
Not
No?
updating the resume, updating the fantasy Jai-Alai.
Ah,
yes,
okay.
big for the people out there. Couple questions on there. So one person asked for the rules. They said they need to pick 4 players, and they noticed that some entries only have 3. We would have to run the numbers on that in terms of if it would be possible if you have an entry with less than, with 3 people as opposed to 4, and you don't pick a doubles team and you just use your whole budget on picking the better singles players. Why I would advise against the strategy, and going in through my head, it wouldn't be a good strategy in the sense that a lot of those guys at the top, Ikeda, Anderluck, Douglas, Bueno, they play a lot of the same games. So it's more about the possible points on the board. And a lot of those times, if Ikeda has a good week, Douglas has a good week, someone of that crew is going to get shut out. So it's very unlikely for all of those higher-priced guys to all have a great week at the same time. So, just numbers-wise, I guess, look, someone hasn't come close to the top of the standings with a 3-person roster yet. In the event that they do, that would be very impressive, but we'll have to figure that out. Look, the rules are what they are. You got to pick 3 singles and 1 doubles team. If they haven't figured that out, or there's, that happens to be an issue, we'll address it if it comes to that. But just clarifying that. And also there were points issues for a couple of the guys, Legend and Vlelo. With the addition of Legend to the roster, we had all the stats that get uploaded automatically, and there was a bit of a disconnect that his name got added. So it looks like the points for Legend and Vlelo weren't getting added. They are up there now officially, so those are up to date. We just got to add those by hand, and now that we're aware, we will not make that mistake anymore.
You see how that worked? Like when you originally talked to me about the fantasy idea and you got my opinion on it, I asked one question. Not is it good for the sport, not is it good for those who are tuned into us. I said, does it mean any extra work for me? That was my first question. And you assured me that it didn't. And this is a perfect example of how that is absolutely accurate. I look at you, I nod knowingly.
Yes.
I think you're doing, and actually, kidding aside, I do think you're doing a fantastic job with this. And with Jai-Alai, you just picked this up last year, for God's sakes.
Been exposed to it for a while, but
this is true.
It's fun. It's fun to be around.
But we basically, what was the training? Here's a microphone. Talk.
Here's a microphone. Oh, you had to teach. The computer, that was tough. You got to announce, and you had to do the scoring, and then you figure out what you're actually responsible for that scoring.
The main lesson that I told you was, if you put up the wrong point, you will put up the wrong point. You will go to announce. You'll see players on the court that do not match what you have on your screen, and you're going to feel something.
Yeah. You'll feel that in your chat. That happened, I think, like once or twice.
You only need it to happen once or twice.
Yeah,
you feel that panic come across your body.
And you never
because are the players screwed up or am I screwed up? Someone here screwed up.
Yeah, you never want to experience that again. But we got a couple more minutes before game number 1, and we'll get you into a lot of those videos we got coming in. Our first one is going to explain the scoring format for the first 8 games of this performance, 8 of 9 games. First 8 are going to feature spectacular 7 scoring. What exactly does that mean? This video hopefully will clear it up for you. Take a look.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And that was an explanation of spectacular 7 scoring. If you've joined us for a lot of these broadcasts, you've seen that before. But of course, that will be the format for the first 8 games, and then we switch it up for game number 9, and it goes a little longer. But that 9-point game. And recapping some of the play earlier today, Stu, noticeable performance there. Finally back in the win column. Tough to get back into that leftmost column, the win column, but CRB was able to do it after a particularly long...
He played great in the earlier matinee.
And it showed with that doubles team of CRB and Vlelo too. They got on the board placing. They didn't end up winning, but they played much better than they've been playing in doubles, and that's sparked by that run by CRB in singles. Not only had a perfect game, I think, do you have 2 perfect games? I think it might have been 2 perfect games, or that first one was certainly perfect, and the second one in game number 4 was darn near close to
CRB.
Yeah, I think it was pretty close to perfect if it wasn't perfect. So a great start to the day for him. You're going to see CRB in the red of post 1 here, and particularly with fantasy too. I mean, a low value. So if you have him, he's got you at least 10 points with those 2 wins. And
now Diaz was a little tired in the very beginning of the matinee. We had a rather not one of a lengthy conversation, but we spent a few minutes talking, and he said he was coming out gunning.
Yeah. It's always, I mean, those we've talked about it. People that Stu has conversations with always seem to have
sometimes.
a pretty... I mean, you know...
Sometimes.
We got to give you some credit.
Or they leave wanting to do something else with their life.
It was El Barba a couple days ago, and then he went on a nice run. Carballo, was it last week? Started to play great. He's been great since then.
He had to solve a problem.
Yeah,
he had to solve a problem. That was good to see.
You know, and sometimes, I mean, with athletes, and we talked about it with Scott when he joined us for the broadcast in the matinee. With athletes, it's just the little thought that they can really run with. And these guys, it's just, sometimes just getting them back on track and, clearing their mind completely is the difference between, being in the win column, placing, showing, or even being out of the money. So a game of inches, as we talk about all the time, and you got to be focused all times to get the most out of it. Game number 1 now, 0 minutes. We will send it over to Stu after you hear the whistle blow. There it is.
With that, we're ready to begin game number 1, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, we have number 18, CRB. Our first matchup has CRB serving to the blue at post 2, Juice. CRB serves. Game 1 is underway. Low and hard by CRB. Here's Juice. CRB from the left side. Soft touch on the 2-wall. Juice runs up, grabs it, flips it. CRB's there. Gets it over Juice's head. Juice is running for that rebote. That was a great effort by Juice to try to make that rebote. Landed out of play. Point 1. That's a nice start to this afternoon's performance. CRB first up on the board in our first game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt at post 3. Here's number 15, Legend. Catch by CRB. Hard throw. Legend for the rebote. Holding. Took an extra step there. That is holding. Point 3. Now receiving green shirt at post 4, Diaz. It's a nice backhand throw by Diaz. Rebote coming out. Rebote, swing and a miss at the 6th line. Point 3. Here's post 5 in the black shirt. This matchup has Legend serving to Aussier. Fine serve by Legend will score. Point 3. Now receiving yellow shirt of post 6, Tennessee. Powerful backhand by Tennessee, caught in the air by Legend. Low and hard, will score for Legend. Point 3. Legend has 4 straight points. On the court, ready to receive in post 7. That's the pink shirt. Cool Fitness receives. Under serve. Ball must land between the 4 and 7 line on the serve. That fell short of the 4. This point goes to post 7. Last matchup of the first round, Cool Fitness serves to Lamonte. Nice backhand throw by Lamonte. Cool Fitness is there. Lamonte tip ball at the 9 line, point 7. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. First to return, Juice, post 2. It's a hard throw by Juice. That scores at the 9 line, point 2. Red shirt at post 1 receiving, CRB. Scoop attempt missed by Juice, point 1. In this matchup, CRB will serve to Diaz, who returns in the green of post 4. Ball tipped off the serve, point 1. CRB is on the board with 5 points. Trying to stop him, Aussier. CRB makes the catch. Low and hard. Will score for CRB. Point in game, post 1, CRB. 3 comes in second, 7 serves to 2. This is a playoff for 3rd place. Juice from the forehand. Beautiful throw by Juice. Nice and high and hard to the front wall. Scoop. That is point and a 3rd place finish for post 2, Juice. Unofficial order finish 1, 3, 2. Your prices will be up in a moment. Well, okay, not to take anything away from CRB. He played very well, but playing that game left a little to be desired.
Yeah.
Better than some we've seen, not as good as others we've seen.
Yeah, but impressively, I mean, you got to, as you said, Stu, give him credit where credit's due. 3 wins in a row for CRB. I mean, it was shocking. I mean, it was just a long stretch, and it just shows you how hard it is, I mean, to close out games. I mean, he got to 6-5 points so many times, it felt like, over the course of the last 2 weeks, and then it was just hitting the top of the pad, being just out. I mean, it was just little. I mean, we talk about game of inches all the time. I mean, just inches away from having a win and then leading to a lot of places and a lot of shows, finally getting it done, and wins coming in bunches for him. 3 in a row, see if he can complete the Grand Slam. 4 in a row, 4 for 4. He'll be playing again in game number 4, so congratulations to CRB.
There are your prices from game 1. $2 Quinella. That's first and second in any order. So that's 1-3 or 3-1, $17.20. The trifecta, that's a first, second, and third place finish. Pays $271.80. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our second game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Next game played 2, 7 points, points double after the first round of play. No scratches in game 2, and post time is just 6 minutes away. Good luck.
Yeah, we mentioned it's a pretty balanced week across the board and continuing. I mean, obviously CRB, that's number 3, but he is in the small class of guys with more than 1 win. I mean, really balanced. Carballo, also 3 wins. You know, interesting, him and Kubala both, 2 guys that you're going to see a little later in the performance. Scott talked about it a little bit. You know, they came into that game 6, and they played game 6 for the first time this year. And both of them won their first opportunity in that game 6. And over the course of this season, we're going for, I think we did the math actually, almost, 400-500 more games for, 300 to 400 more games per person on average for the rest of the season. And you get an extra game here and there, 4, 5, 6 months, 7-month long season. That's going to add up. And there's big wins, especially in games where they don't play with Douglas too. And that's more important than maybe playing in those games with him. It's, Douglas is going to get his wins regardless. He's going to get his fair share. And then you got Ikeda. Then you got Ron. Well, those guys tend to get shut out, and they came into game 6 and, did their job. And it's good to see, and hopefully help them improve as well, and getting a nice rhythm.
That's excellent analysis, actually. I know we've had that conversation off mic, but it's true.
No, and those guys, I mean, you see in the doubles play, we mentioned, I think Carballo jumped into game 6 in the matinee, and then he played in game 7 with Juice in the doubles, and he just looked like, almost a different player. And having that game of experience, game to help him, get his feet under him for the day, it, makes all the difference, and, helps rise the level of playing those doubles games, gives him a little more confidence going into those games 8, and just overall, the whole lineup just, bumps everyone up. And you're also going to see a big addition with that when Bradley comes back. You saw what happened, Legend, hopping into these earlier games. Everyone else going to have to step up. He's playing much better. When Bradley comes back, more guys are going to come down. He's going to slide into probably, middle, earlier games. And once he gets going, the sky's the limit for him in terms of his athletic ability.
That's the thing with, and trying to get, this isn't just, folks who know Jai-Alai out there. It's anyone who knows Jai-Alai. Sometimes when you don't see traditional form or form that's still emerging, you poo-poo the quality zone. But there was a player actually who played at Miami Jai-Alai He played under Benjamin. He was then a judge for a while. He had the best training you could get. Epifanio was the teacher who trained Joey, Plaza II, a number of other players. He also trained Benjamin. Benjamin had this form similar to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Similar to Tennessee. It was a little awkward or whatever, but the way he played the game was absolutely terrific. When you were talking about Bragley throws the ball as hard, if not harder, than anyone else on the roster.
Yeah, no question.
And he can be exciting to watch. His form, he's got a non-traditional highlight form that is still developing. He's obviously coming off an injury with a bad knee. But that is a perfect example of where you could see some truly explosive play that is not tied in any way to traditional highlight form. Again, his form has an opportunity to get better, but it's kind of like Tennessee when we talk about his power on his right side. He has this hitch. He was a pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. Tennessee, we're
exactly,
talking about.
Tennessee now.
Yeah.
And that hitch from how he has thrown his entire life and then changing that up a little bit for the straight arm and the loose wrist is as he will swing his arm back and he'll get into position. But when he goes to throw it, the elbow cricks just a little bit and he doesn't have as much fluidity as we would like to see. Meanwhile, if we did, he would easily throw harder than anyone else on the roster. No question about it.
And that's one of the interesting things. I mean, people talk about all the time. It seems a lot easier, through the camera than it is on the court. And that's one of the things you're talking about, that straight arm throwing movement. When I got out there and I threw around last year early in the season with some of the guys after one of the performances, playing other sports, I mean, baseball, growing up playing all the, big four sports, it's a different throwing motion than you're used to. You're used to bending that arm and, you play, throw the ball in football, baseball, whatever. That was the thing for me is I was like, okay, I'm going to get this to the front wall. I'm not an athletic. I'm not going to talk about my athletic prowess at all because there is none to talk about. But I thought, I can throw, I can catch, I can go to the 5 line and get it to the front wall. I hooked it straight into the side wall just because it's such an unnatural, feeling. And that really goes to show you that, even if you, can catch, you can throw, coordinated, yes. This game is just, it is really different than a lot of these guys, especially coming from their sport backgrounds that they come from. And even baseball, the one where it's most similar, that throwing motion, it's crazy.
The baseball players who started this do seem to have an advantage where catching is concerned, at least in the early days.
Yeah.
They took to catching a little bit quicker, specifically Carballo, Tennessee, Legend. With Legend had both football and baseball in his background, but they took to the catching part a little bit quicker. That brings us to the beginning of Game 2. This is a spectacular 7 singles match, played at 7 points, points double after the first round of play. Serving, red shirt at post 1, Vuelo, receiving in the blue at post 2, CRB. There's the serve. We begin Game 2. Wello from the left side. Nice and powerful. CRB got under the bridge. Point 1. White shirt at post 3 receives. Here's Tennessee. Big backhand by Tennessee, taken in the air by Vuelo. Tennessee on the rebote. Hits a 2-all. Vuelo's there. Soft touch by Vuelo. And that wasn't a soft touch by Tennessee. Crashing into the side wall. Point 1. Now receiving the green shirt of post 4, Legend. Powerful backhand by Vuelo. Good catch by Legend. Vuelo on the run. Makes the save. It's a 2-all. Legend's there. Great catch by Vuelo. Hard throw. Robote coming out. Here's Legend. Robote. Vuelo's got it. Robote left side. It's a 2-all by Legend. Thrown beautifully to score. Well played by Vuelo and Legend. Point to the 4. Black shirt at post 5. Anderluck receives. Point 5. Here's post 6. Ben. Great catch by Ben. There's the backhand. Taken in the air by Anderluck. He goes deep. Outside placement, read and stopped by Ben. Anderluck moves into position beautifully. Nice big bounce. That's a great effort by Ben to try to make a difficult rebote all the way from the 12 line. Point 5. Our next matchup has Anderluck serving to Jedden in the pink of post 7. Great catch by Jedden. Nice backhand. Anderluck from the forehand at the 11 line. Over the top. Catch by Jedden. Needed to catch that one front way round. Point 5. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, El Barba. Good catch by El Barba. Hard throw by Anderluck. Good catch by El Barba again. Forehand rebote save by Anderluck. El Barba with a hop makes the catch. Catch by Anderluck. Outside placement, outside the line. Wow. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return, post 2, the blue shirt, CRB. CRB from the left side. Stays away from the overhead screen. Ball's coming out. Catch by CRB. There's a hard throw. Rebote by El Barba. Forehand rebote by CRB. Played nicely. Barba got a zest on it. That's impressive. There's a backhand. CRB from the left side. Another hard throw. Catch by CRB. Karam into the pad. This is a well-played point for both El Barba and CRB. Point 8. Post 3, the white shirt receives. Tennessee. Point 8. Possible game point, purple shirt at post 8. El Barba trying to stop him. Vuelo. Backhand to the outside, stays in. El Barba going to the floor to make the save. Here's Vuelo. Rebote by El Barba. Low to the front wall. Vuelo's there. Vuelo plays it to pass. Rebote. Right up the middle. Scoop by Vuelo. El Barba working hard for this. Catch by Vuelo. Rebote inside. Catch by Vuelo at the 10 line. Scoop by El Barba. Rebote coming out. Excellent effort by Vuelo. Yeah, I think Barba's kind of tired. Point in game to the purple shirt of Post 8. El Barba, who's apparently introducing us to a new celebration stance.
It's not the lawnmower, but the snow angel will suffice, I guess.
The Snow Angel. There we go. 5 places, 1 shows. Unofficial order finish 8-5-1. Coming in first, Post 8, El Barba taking second, Post 5, Anderluck. Coming in third, Post 1, Vuelo, 8-5-1. Official order finish for Game 2. There are your prices. The Quinella, 5-8. That's 5-8 or 8-5, 45.60. The trifecta, 8-5-1, 471.80. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 3, a spectacular 7. Doubles match, play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Game 3 is the first of our 3 doubles games in today's performance. Post time for Game 3. Just about 8 minutes away.
And before we get into our third game, first doubles game of the afternoon performance, we got another video for you. This one's going to explain the sport of Jai-Alai for those of you that are new to the Jai-Alai channel, new to the sport. This is winning and losing. Take a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And that was winning and losing in Jai-Alai. Not too many rules on how to stay on the court or how to walk back to the bench, but those are just some of them. And we hope that cleared it up for you.
Actually, we prefer that you run or jog back to the bench.
Yes, that's one of the, sometimes you don't see that.
I just wanted to point that out.
Yes, you got to run a little
That's
pep
not a
in
rule
the
for
step.
the fans.
Yeah.
That's a rule up on the board.
Yeah.
Now, we
It's-
have a shorter court here, so if they don't run back, and there's a lot of motivation in traditional Jai-Alai to jog back. And that's obviously so we get to the next point, so we don't delay with displays of nonsense on the court.
Right.
But the motivation in traditional Jai-Alai is that if you chase down a Dejada, let's say,
Yeah.
and you have to walk back 170 feet, and there's 5 or 10 people in the audience that are very unhappy with the fact that you did not make it there,
You want it.
you subject yourself to quite a lot of verbal abuse between
But
the walk from the front wall
you
and the
want to
back.
go though. Here playing without fans, there's a bit of a luxury. You can take your time. You can make snow angels and lay on the court, and you don't have anyone yelling at you to get up. And,
That is currently the cleanest spot on the court.
yeah, it's funny stuff.
Happy for El Barba.
Yes.
No,
No, it's
happy for El Barba. Definitely happy
Yeah,
that he was
very.
able to get one in the win column. He worked hard for that.
And I think he may have, we talked about in sports, guys, turning a new page in a chapter. And we said before, maybe El Barba looks like, he's over the hump, he's going to get back, and then he's kind of regressed. I think that performance, just his attitude, everything, the way he played, his focus level, 100%, I am officially here to say El Barba is back. So
Let's see
the
how he goes
predictions
into this
here,
next game.
we'll see
Yeah.
how he does in this doubles. And it's just, it's more than just the play on the court. You see him interacting, people on the in the bench, just engaging in, the banter that goes on back and forth, and something that, little behind the scenes type stuff is, if he's a little bit upset or maybe, in his own way a little bit, as a guy that's not going to fake it at all. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, and you can definitely see it. So good to have him get a win under his belt. They were playing better in the doubles, and he was starting to play a little bit better, but officially deeming that he may be back.
Yes. No, we'll have to see how he does coming into this doubles game.
And we start. Oh, sorry. One more thing on El Barba. We started with those player comparisons to other sports, and it's more of a movie character that I think really fits El Barba.
Will
but
I know
think
this
it's
movie?
you may know this movie. It's a sports movie, but it's one that I know. So not in the Willy Wonka realm, but Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. I am familiar with that movie.
Because in more ways than one, a guy that transitioned from another sport into a new sport, transitioned from hockey to golf. We're talking about Happy Gilmore. Some, minor, he gets a little heated at times, and his emotions sometimes get the best of him and impact his play. But when he is on, you see right there that he really has the skills to do it all. I mean, we talk about all these guys with the skills, yes, but El Barba in particular, he's been here 3 years. We know that he can do it. It's a matter of focus, and that's why, of all the comparisons to a movie character, a professional athlete, I think Happy Gilmore really fits the bill there. We've got someone throwing helmets at us now. Wasn't El Barba. I was going to say maybe he was unhappy with the comparison, but I don't know if he heard.
We're 2 minutes away from the beginning of Game 3. Once again, Game 3 does begin. Doubles games in today's performance. The players are also learning an interesting trick. When Tevin helped us with some training in the very beginning, first thing he did was come on this court, look at the back wall, and see his reflection. He went, oh.
What?
Then I came out after I had Tevin substituted for me when I had shoulder surgery. And then when I came back and I got back into training with JR, he whispered to me, Tevin whispers to me, and he says, you can cheat on this court. I said, what do you mean cheat? He said, just turn around. I looked at my reflection in the back wall. I was like, oh, wow. So when you turn around with the costado or you turn around with the reverse, you can see where your opponent is in the
Interesting.
in the back glass. I'm giving a huge shout out to those of you who are coming to the U.S. National Highlight Champions. I don't know that everybody can use that to their advantage, but some people definitely can. So the reason why I bring that up is that I thought that Anderluck was looking at me. He wasn't. He was looking at the reflection to make sure it was clear for him to throw the reverse. That's two excellent things. One, he's learned about this little trick here with the glass court. Two, he was being safe and make sure he didn't whack anybody with that reverse. Very happy about
that's
that.
interesting. And you're going to say that's a big tip for those guys who never played on that court. And certainly any little thing could help in this sport. So the guy with the experience, he knows for sure.
One minute to go till we begin Game 3. We're ready to begin game number 3, a spectacular 7 doubles match. The first of 3 doubles games in today's performance. Same front quarters playing with the same back quarters, competing for $15,000 in prize money to be awarded just after. This concludes on June 28th. Serving red shirts at post 1, Lamonte Douglas. Receiving blue post 2, Juice and Carballo. There's the serve. We begin game 3. Douglas on the backhand. Rebote by Juice. Lamonte's there. Carballo adjusts to make the rebote. Douglas pulls this ball from the sidewall beautifully. Juice is there. Hard throw. Douglas goes down low to make the catch. Powerful backhand. Rebote 2-all by Carballo. Good catch by Lamonte. Excellent catch by Lamonte. Carballo from the forehand. Low to the inside. Douglas is there. Hard throw. Stays away from the overhead screen. Rebote for Juice. Good catch by Lamonte again. Cortada, a little bit high, but it's still in and scoring. What a well-played point by all 4 of the players on this court. Lamonte, Juice, Carballo, and Douglas. Well played. White shirts at post 3 receive. Bueno and Tennessee. Rebote was hooked. Point 3. Green shirts at post 4 take to the court. We have CRB and Vuelo. Ball dropped on the forehand of Vuelo. Point 3. Now receiving, black shirts at post 5, Asier and Kubala. Powerful backhand, caught on the forehand of Tennessee. Reverse by Kubala. Here's Tennessee from the forehand, deep in the backcourt. Point 3. In this next matchup, Bueno serves to the yellow shirts at post 6, El Barba and Ben. There's the backhand by Tennessee. Ball tipped by El Barba in the front court, point 3. Bueno and Tennessee on the board with 4 points. Receiving. Post 7, Jedden and Cool Fitness. Cool Fitness from the forehand. Bueno sets. There's the backhand. Deep to the backcourt. Rebote coming out. Rebote. That's a good effort by Jedden. However, Rebote fell short. Hit the pad. Point 3. 3 with 5 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirts of post 8. Diaz and Anderluck. Anderluck from the forehand. Beautiful forehand throw to the inside. Bueno on the rebote. Anderluck moves up, makes the catch. Blasts it to the inside. Great catch by Tennessee. He held on to it. Ball tipped by Anderluck in the backcourt. Point 3. Straight points to a possible game point here for the white shirts at post 3. Bueno and Tennessee trying to stop them in the second round. Points are double. Here's Juice and Carballo. Backhand, out of control, out of play. That's point and a perfect game to the white shirts of post 3. Bueno and Tennessee. 3 wins it, 1 places, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 will pair off and play off for third place, 4 first serves to 5. Asier takes the serve. Split placement. Scores. 0.5. 6 now serves to 7. 6 serves to 7. Thank you, Kubalo. Good catch by Cool Fitness. El Barbo with a reach, makes the catch. Nice backhand. Robote left side for Jedden. Here's El Barbo. That's a great effort by Jedden to try to make that Robote. 0.6. 8 now serves to 2. The winner of this point meets 5 and 6 in the continuing playoff for third place. Juice picks the serve on the forehand. Tejada, the soft touch. Scores. 0.2. 5, 6, and 2 will play off for third place. 5 first serves to 6. Ben from the left side. There's a nice backhand. Caught in the air by Kubala. Robote, left side. We have a swing and a miss. Midcourt, 0.5. Possible third place finish here for the 5 team. Asier and Kubala. Trying to stop them. Post 2. Juice and Carballo.
Gosh.
Over serve. We'll turn them around now. 2 serves 5. This is a playoff for third place. Kubalo winds up a 2-wall that lands about a foot wide. Point and a third place finish for post 2, Juice and Carballo. Unofficial order finish 3-1-2. Results are official from Game 3. Coming in first, post 3, Bueno and Tennessee. Taking second, post 1, Lamonte Douglas. Coming in third, post 2, Juice and Carballo. 3-1-2 is the official order finish for game number 3. Did you say Chicago? That's the Chicago area code? 312?
The 312. Chicago, yeah.
Did you say up there what they say down here? Like, I live in the 305, or I think there's been some... Or did you say we live in 312?
Well, I technically don't live in the 312, so I can't say I do, but it's not like Miami where it's the 305, like the zip code. 312 it's a craft beer brand.
Ah.
So that's why 312 comes from Chicago. That's the only thing I know, but it's not. I mean, Miami, it's very. I mean, 305. We had Cuban coffee every day in the office up there. 305 every day. So not as big as it is there, but
That's
yeah, 312. It's there. Chicago, sure.
There are your prices from Game 3. $2 Quinella 1-3. That's 1-3 or 3-1. Quinella is first and second in any order. 22.40. Trifecta 3-1-2. That's first, second, and third place finishing. 135.40. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 4. It's a spectacular 7 singles match, played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. There are no scratches in Game 4, and post time is just 6 minutes away.
Imagine the perfect mixture of athletics, spectacle, and speed. Jai-Alai.
Let's design a Conan O'Brien or Conan superhero.
Sure.
Oven mitts. Maybe there's some steam coming off the mitts because I took a focaccia out of the oven. Oh, a Jai-Alai glove in the other one. Would be great.
Have you ever played Jai-Alai?
Actually, lacrosse, but it's Jai-Alai for white people.
I'm Johnny Nacho. This is Steve-O. This is Jai-Alai.
Jai-Alai is like handball, only you fling the ball and catch the ball with this basket thing. It's more complicated than that. And dangerous. It's got the same fingerprint as baseball, only better. A special stadium called a fronton. And you can sit real close, which is a thrill because the ball goes 175 miles an hour.
I can serve this pelota almost 200 miles an hour.
Big whoop, that little squishy. Jesus, is this made of limestone?
It's a dangerous game, amigo.
It's called a cesta. It's made of reeds from the Pyrenees. And the ball is called a pelota.
A lightning bolt.
Oh, good God.
And those were some pop culture references, and you got Jai-Alai, pop culture, and you see it more times than you would think. I mean, talk about it, especially being down in Miami there. Everyone has a story, everyone's got a connection to it, and then you see it in, shows that we watch every day. You wouldn't even think about it. You got Archer up there, you got Mad Men, and we've talked about a bunch of the other examples, including some comedies too. American Dad got in there, the Goldbergs, so all over the map with Jai-Alai references, and it's good to see. I love to see that. And maybe even some more, as hopefully Magic City gets some traction to get some more.
That's what we're looking for,
references.
anyway.
Absolutely.
That's definitely what we're looking for. One thing we can talk about briefly is there's what is an appropriate amount of passion on the court?
Yeah.
That's a tough call. It is. Now, obviously, we're close to the public right now. We're only broadcasting. So where the public usually sits is just Jai-Alai players separated by about 8 feet on individual couches and coming and going into the cage for the games. So when there's not an audience out there, we've been a little bit more permissive.
Yeah.
And obviously we try to be. The goal is never with fines to take money from players. That's never the goal. You just don't want them to do whatever it is that they shouldn't have done. And we only have 15 house rules up on the wall.
Not too many.
No. So, and it's a comprehensive list, but there is only 15 of them. And let's be honest, you can hear from the ball mic, you can hear some of the comments that are made on the court. And there is Friday afternoon has the highest amount of tension in it for some reason. I don't really...
Yeah,
I haven't been able to put my finger on it. But also, those of you who may be new to Jai-Alai understand that these players are playing for very real prize money. Every time they come in first, it's $100. Second is $50. Third is $25. So not only do you go down in the statistics if you're not winning, but it's also costing you money. Players are paid a salary weekly, plus like you'd find in another job, healthcare and other benefits associated with that. But over half of their salary, and actually last year, one of our players made more than 2/3 of his salary in prize money and the bonuses. So all that definitely plays into it. So there's a high degree of tension associated with money and your place in the statistics and just how you're playing, with most of these guys coming from athletic backgrounds.
Right.
It is easily about the most competitive group of players of anything that I've been affiliated with in all the years. That certainly doesn't suggest that any one of the 100 rosters that I was associated with, it's probably not that many, it's probably 50 rosters at Miami, Tampa, Fort Pierce, Ocala, Jai-Alais, that they weren't competitive. Of course they were competitive. This is a different type of competition with these guys coming from other sports. I haven't quite seen it. Before.
Yeah, it's not necessarily taking all the emotion, out of it, but it's expressing yourself in an appropriate way for everyone. I mean, there's times where, no one wants in any sport. You don't want to hear a guy just yell out 4, 5, 6 cuss words in a row, screaming it into the camera. I mean, there's ways to, there's and I think that's that's more what you're talking. Yeah, exactly.
I have a friend who played Jai-Alai,
right?
And he was introducing his kids. He lives in Pennsylvania, and he was watching this. Some people don't. He used to play Jai-Alai, and You're there, you got it up on a big screen, which is not something we were able to do years ago, and you have your family or whatever there, and there's whoever who's not had a good point. We all get that. You're frustrated, and you start dropping F-bombs on the court. No, we can't have that either.
Yeah.
There's there's no room for. Something, it's not like we fine every cuss.
Right.
But,
you got to obviously there's things that slide, but when there's never an excuse for like something like hitting your cesta against a sidewall. You would never if you're watching a golf tournament, you would never want to see a guy snap a club. I mean, it's interesting, of course, when a guy snaps a club over his leg, but if you're watching the game for that's not the best way to express yourself. Of course, it's going to get a reaction, but
especially when we're spending $450 a cesta, and the company's providing the cestas,
right?
$450 a cesta? No.
But we definitely
keep that on your arm and throw the ball.
Passion, 100%, and we definitely encourage that, but definitely expressing that in the right way is most important.
We're ready to begin Game 4. Spectacular 7 scoring. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, we have CRB. Receiving blue post 2 is Diaz. There's a backhand by Diaz. CRB puts it to the inside where it scores. Point 1. Now receiving the white shirt at post 3, Asier. That's a beautiful forehand rebote. Interference has been ruled. The point will be replayed. 1 serves to 3. Rebote by CRB. It's a 2-all, and it's out of play. Point 3. Now receiving the green shirt at post 4. Here's number 29 of Ovelo. Strong backhand to the inside by Vuelo. Asier is there. Vuelo on the catch. Another strong backhand. Rebote gets to the front wall. Thrown by Asier. Asier for the rebote. 2-all. Lands out of play. Vuelo's now serving to the black shirt at post 5. Here's Juice. Hard throw by Juice scores. Point 5. Our next matchup has Juice serving to the yellow shirt at post 6, Lamonte. Nice backhand by Lamonte. Rebote is missed by Juice. Point 6. Here's post 7 in the pink shirt, Tennessee. Lamonte makes a good grab on the forehand. Hard throw. Tennessee tipped it. Point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, Cool Fitness. Lamonte from the forehand. There's a hard throw. Cool Fitness for the rebote. Good catch by Lamonte. Carom by Lamonte. Scores. Point 6. Here's post 2, Diaz. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. Diaz is there. Sends it deep. Lamonte from the left side. Missed it. Point 2. Red shirt at post 1 receives. Here's CRB. CRB on the left side. Diaz gets there. Outside placement scores for Diaz. Beautifully thrown. Point 2. White shirt at post 3. Aussier receives. Rebote left side. High to the front wall. Aussier's there. Ball tipped at the 10 line. Point 3. Here's post 4. Vuelo, the green shirt. It's a strong backhand throw by Vuelo. Good catch by Aussier. Low and hard. Vuelo makes the catch. Carom does not open up, but Aussier's got it to the outside. Carom by Aussier hits the pad. Point 4. Vuelo serves 2. Juice. Post 5. A hard throw by Juice to the inside. Vuelo hung in there, played the forehand rebote. Ball tipped by Vuelo. Point 5. Juice has 3 points, serving to post 7. Here's Tennessee. Tennessee from the left side. Nice backhand. Passes to the rebote. Rebote 2-all by Juice. Tennessee on the run. He got there. He stopped it. Returned to Carom. Juice stopped it. Then ran into the screen. Good effort by Juice. Great effort by Tennessee. Point 7. Purple at post 8 receives. Cool Fitness. Nope. No. No, you know. I know. Now come back here and sit down. Let someone else play. Here's post 6, Lamonte. Point 8. Cool Fitness has 4 points, serving to post 1, CRB. Cool Fitness from the forehand at the 8 line. There's a nice throw. Scoop, missed. Point 8. Possible game point here for Cool Fitness in post 8. Trying to stop him, Diaz in the blue of post 2. Robote by Cool Fitness to the inside. Great pickup by Diaz. Nice backhand. Beautiful Robote thrown by Cool Fitness. Great scoop by Diaz. Diaz a little wild on that backhand. It is out of play. Point and game. Purple shirt to post 8. Cool Fitness. 8 wins it. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pair off and playoff for third place. 3 first serves to 4. Good catch by Ossier. Karam, wide. Point 4. 5 serves to 6. The winner of this point meets 4 in the continuing playoff for third place. Robote's up. Juice has it. It's a 2-all. Lamonte on the move. He gets it on the forehand. Ball tipped by Juice. Point 6. 4 serves 6. This is show point. That serve will score for Vuelo. Point and show to post 4, Vuelo. Unofficial order finish, 8-4. Coming in first, post 8. Cool Fitness taking second, post 2, Diaz. Coming in third, post 4, Vuelo. 8-4 is the official result. That's something else that we're seeing is we see an increase in passion and frustration on the court. Some players, it focuses them.
Right.
Traditionally, you want to play Jai-Alai as relaxed as possible. And a certain amount of dispassion is also appropriate. But we were talking to Diaz before. When Diaz gets pissed, he doesn't play well.
It's different for some guys. Whereas you see like guys like Douglas and Anderlich in particular, when they get a little more animated,
laser-like focus.
And
they get this laser-like focus.
Awesome.
Absolutely. There are prices for game number 4. The Quinella 2-8. That's 2-8 or 8-2. 105 even. Trifecta 8-4. That's first, second, and third place finish. $519.20. That's a nice try coming out of game 4. And a respectable win. 8 to win, returning $26.20. There's consolations in the exacta. 8 all. $10, all 2, $5.80. What that means when you see all, it means that no one had it. No one had the 8-2 or the 2-8 for the exacta, the 8-2. So it pays a consolation. 8 with all numbers returning $10 and all with 2 numbers returning $5.80. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 5th game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. There are no scratches in Game 5, and post time is just about 7 minutes away.
And before we get into this second doubles game of this performance, the second matinee, the afternoon performance, whatever you like to refer to it as. We've got another one of those top 10 videos coming up your way, showing a collection of the best shots, different types of shots from the 2019 season. You said you've seen the Robotes, you've seen the 2 walls, you've seen the Karams one already. And we'll get you some more of those as we have them ready, but we're going to see the top 10 2 walls from 2019 once again. Here it is. Take a look.
Fred runs up, saves it. Reverse. That's an excellent 2-wall Robote thrown by Cool Fitness. Diaz with the catch. Another 2-wall scores for the win. Beautiful 2-wall thrown by Douglas to score.
What a finisher.
Robote thrown by Ben. Carballo's there, winds up another one. Costado, 2-wall's gonna score. Here's Ben. Scoop by Douglas. Costado by Douglas, 2-wall will score for the win.
Up Carballo, played outside. That one hits Ben. That one will hit.
Wow.
And score.
Karam by Jedden, stopped by Brackley. Brackley for the 3-wall play. Robote's going to the outside. Jedden's there. Returns a 2-wall to score.
Robote out, nice save. Anderluck out of the air, fires this one high off the back wall again. Another Robote save going to the ground with one hand. That one will score.
Soft 2-wall. Fitness read it, caught it, returned it. 3-wall play coming way out. Juice is there.
Wow!
Juice got a 2-wall Robote that scored.
Oh, man.
Wow. Karam, stopped by Diaz. On the fly, he threw a 2-wall Robote.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
And that was a collection of the top 10 2-walls from the 2019 season. And again, we'll have some more of those top 10 videos coming up your way throughout the course of this season. We got a long way to go. We're playing all the way through the end of November. So long way in singles for these guys to get as many wins as possible. But this doubles, Stu, it is a championship doubles series, and this is the first tournament in that series. This first tournament will go through June 28th is the exact date, and updating you on those standings for this doubles tournament. Overall standings, it's been a while since we've touched on those, and there's been a little bit of movement, so good to update you there. The team of Douglas and Lamonti still in the lead with 19 wins, but certainly have cooled off a little bit in every way, shape, or form. Winning, placing, showing, just, other teams have been playing much better. But still in the lead. They had 19 wins. They jumped out to a big early lead. And in second place, right on their tail now. I mean, coming up, it was a significant, almost 10-game lead at some point. They've cut it in half. It is 5 games now. Tennessee and Bueno, 14 wins in that doubles. And they've been playing great, been playing really well today, and we talk about them as a doubles team all the time, the way they communicate, the way they move, just night and day. Really to some of the other teams in that regard, and it shows in the stat sheet. 14 wins for them. In tied for third place, you got 2 other teams, Kubala and Asier, 9 wins. Carballo and Juice, they have 9 wins. And we only pay out the top 2 spots for those doubles, so much more important to be... those teams that obviously in third place, Kubala and Asier, Carballo and Juice, are a little ways out of second place, so those teams need a couple if they want to get back into the money. And we will see as the clock hits 0 minutes to game number 5.
I like to look.
We're ready to begin Game 5A. Spectacular 7. Doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. The second of our 3 doubles games in this performance. Serving in the red shirts of post 1, we have Cool Fitness and Jed, and receiving in the blue of post 2, Asier and Kubala. There's the serve. We begin Game 5. Asier takes the serve on the forehand. Sends it back to the inside. Kubala, Rebote left side. Here's Cool Fitness deep in the backcourt. Kubala from the forehand. Over the top. Caught by Jedden, but he doesn't hold on to it. Point 2. That'll bring to the court the white shirts of post 3. Here's El Barba and Ben. What a scoop by Asier. Catch by El Barba. Here's Kubala at the 10 line. Catch by El Barba. Hard throw. Rebote coming out. Rebote turned to the outside by Asier and scoring. Well played. Point 2. Green shirts of post 4 entering the court. Here's Juice and Carballo. Carballo on the backhand. Here's Kubala. Tip ball, point 4. Black shirts of post 5 entering the court. Here's Lamonte and Douglas. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Good catch by Carballo. Back on the wall. Douglas from the left side. Big backhand. Rebote by Juice. Lamonte moves up. Missed it. Point 4. Here's post 6. The yellow shirts receive. Bueno and Tennessee. Bueno sends it deep. Rebote coming out. Rebote missed. Point 6. In our next matchup, Bueno serves to the pink shirts of post 7. Diaz and Anderluck. It's a good catch by Bueno. Anderluck from the left side. Powerful forehand throw. Rebote by Bueno. Anderluck moves up, makes the catch. Hard throw. Tipped by Tennessee. 0.7. On the court, ready to receive in the purple shirts of post 8. CRB and Vuelo. This will complete the first round of play. Good throw by Anderluck. Good catch by Vuelo. Catch by Anderluck. Vuelo from the 12 line. Rebote by CRB. Anderluck missed it, dropped it, didn't get it. 0.8. That completes the first round of play. All points are now double. Jedden and Cool Fitness return. Vuelo with a great catch behind the 13 line. Hard from the forehand he comes. Jedden's there. Jedden goes deep. Rebote coming way out. Rebote turned by CRB at the 4 line and tipped by Jedden at the 8 line. 0.8. Eight with 3 points, serving to the 3 post. This matchup has CRB serving to El Barba and Ben. El Barba grabs the serve, rifles the reverse. Rebote going all the way to the 4 line. Turn by CRB. Great effort by CRB to try to get there. Just hit high. 0.3. Three serves, post 2. Asier and Kubala. Strong backhand by Kubala. Good catch by Ben. Ben goes deep. Rebote swing and a miss. Midcourt, 0.3. 3 with 4 points. Here's post 5. The black shirts return. Lamonte and Douglas. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Good catch. Almost made in the backcourt by Ben. Just off his cesta. 0.5. 5 on the board with 2 points. Here's post 4. The green shirts. Juice and Carballo. Douglas from the left side. Hard to the inside he goes. Here's Carballo. Scoop by Douglas. Powerful backhand. Rebote coming out. Rebote by Juice to the pad. 0.5. 5 with 4 points. Serving to the yellow shirts of post 6. Bueno in Tennessee. Douglas on the catch. There's a hard throw. Taken in the air by Tennessee. He got it off in time. Douglas is there. Hard throw by Douglas. Good catch by Tennessee. Douglas with the catch at the 9 line. Karam scores for Douglas. Beautifully thrown, point 5. Possible game point for the black shirts at post 5. Lamonte and Douglas trying to stop them. Diaz and Anderluck. Scoop by Douglas. He goes deep. Anderluck with a jump makes the catch. Douglas from the 10 line. Nice backhand. Anderluck's there from the forehand. Robote thrown to the inside. Anderluck's there. Winds up the carom. Throws it. Point 7. Here's post 1, the red shirts, Cool Fitness and Jedin. Powerful backhand by Diaz with a great catch. There's the backhand. Good catch by Jedin. Anderluck's there. What a great Robote save. I don't even know how to announce that one, actually. No idea. I think 7 got the point, right? Okay, we'll give it to 7. Possible game point, post 7. Powerful backhand by Vuelo, scoop by Anderluck. Point in game, post 7. Diaz and Anderluck. Or Anderluck and Anderluck, one or the other. 5 places, 3 shows. Unofficial order finish, 7-5-3. Obviously, I have a small degree of frustration with that. But, you know, obviously I'm happy they won. Look, you put $15,000... you put $15,000 on the line. And Anderluck feels he's got to be aggressive. And he feels that he's got to run past his front quarter to get to it. There's drawbacks to it. But...
yeah, I think, it's for Anderluck. I mean, a guy that's been playing with us for 3 years. And when we started the doubles, I think we tend to pair better players with weaker players, and the gap between those guys
were significantly great. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about these prices for those of you who happen to be wagering on this. The $2 quinella, so that's 5-7 or 7-5, $25. The trifecta 7-5-3, $326.60. 7 to win, returning $20.40. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, game number 6. A spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. No scratches in game 6 and post time, just about 7 minutes away. So we experienced this in the first year when we put together a doubles championship, and there was $15,000 or $20,000 on the line for it. And the difference between a better player and a not better player in the first year was pronounced.
Right.
So with that amount of money on the line, what we wound up having was the weaker players weren't particularly interested in even playing the game. So they stood to the outside, but we let it go. We, as management and training, we let it go. It was the first year. These guys had only been playing professional high life for 6 months. So then last year we instituted a couple rules that restricted certain players from moving. Now, it wasn't a violation, but they could potentially have a win taken away on the back end of things. It wasn't a violation on the court. You play how you're going to play on the court.
Yeah, exactly.
But as far as the championship was concerned, you would potentially have a win taken away or be forced to sit out a game or two to try to dissuade them from backwarders playing the entire court. And Anderluck and Carballo were the worst offenders. So they had done much better in practices, but the truth of the matter is that both Anderluck and Carballo, see, we do a lot of things to try to balance this out, and it's complicated because they were natural front quarters when we were practicing.
Right.
And now we're in year 3 of this. We're starting to see people gravitate. However, with the weaker players playing in front,
sometimes
being required to play in front.
Right.
We couldn't have Rock serving against Carballo in the front court, picking that serve, or serving against Bueno. Rock's been out with an injury, but he'll be coming back. Same thing for Lamonte. Do you want to see Lamonte serving the ball and having Anderluck taking every serve on the right side? He's going to drop a number of them, obviously. So in trying to balance out, the stronger players were required to play back, and that's what we're doing right now. But everything that you do blesses and burns. And at the end of the day, there's one thing that's good for Jai-Alai, for what we're doing here. There's one thing that's good for the players in training, but they're playing for that prize money.
Right.
So you can't, in good faith, go out there and say, hey, don't do this if that's what it's going to take.
And especially if it's winning too, and
in that case,
it gets even more complicated.
But the truth of the matter is that, obviously, not picking on Anderluck, but just that's what we just witnessed happen.
Yeah.
Specifically with Anderluck, is he's going to drop the ball eventually. He didn't that time, but the last couple points that they had lost before that point were because he just dropped the ball. So it's one thing to have that much confidence in yourself. It's another thing to push your front quarter out of the way, especially Diaz in this case.
Right. I mean, Diaz is one of the more competent front quarters.
Diaz has won a number of their points. He's absolutely won a number of their points. So the stuff that some of the guys see out there, we see the same thing you see here.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, did I announce an NAJF championship back in the 90s and 2000? Yes, I did. So obviously, I know a little something about Jai-Alai. And I know the differences between what we've done traditionally and what we're doing now. It's all written off by the fact that where we're at for 3 years is still mind-boggling, because I never saw a professional that I executed a contract for at Miami or any one of the other places. I never saw a player with less than 3 to 5 years of experience.
Right.
So the fact that we're 2.5 years in for the players who have the most experience with us, or a player that has a year and a half like Douglas, it's, obviously Ron played for, I believe it was 8 years in the Philippines.
Yeah.
That translates to a certain extent, but that doesn't mean that he's going to win every game. It certainly doesn't mean he's going to win every game.
Yeah.
So there are learning curves for the entire process here.
Yeah. All aspects for sure. And, even talking about a guy like Carballo, I mean, we mentioned these guys are playing 2 years, 1 year, people less time, but Carballo was a guy that was he started in the program 3 years ago, and he's pretty much restricted to those games 8 and 9. He played a couple of those games 6. So think about that in a progression of a guy. I mean, Carballo looks as fluid, as good, has almost a lot of the same skills as a guy like Douglas. Obviously, Douglas is a little bit better player and in a different league at this point, but a guy that picked up a cesta 3 years ago. We talk about guys, CRB has been 2 years. His, development is great. But Carballo, and a guy that originally started in the program compared to, you look through the earlier games, game 1 guys. Hold on, trying to get the program back here. 3-year guys, you got Juice, you got Diaz, Legend, Asier, Tennessee, Cool Fitness. So that, that collection of guys that he's playing, when those guys are in game 1, Carballo's restricted to game 8 and game 9, and Anderluck, as well too, plays in those later games. So, 2 guys, we talk about, the lower level of progression, these guys are still going. How about those jumps? I mean, those for 3 years are unbelievable. You would not be able to tell that Carballo nor Anderluck had ever picked up a cesta.
There's no question about it. And, in terms of, how these players make money, so they're signed to a 1-year contract. They receive a yearly salary.
Yeah.
They get paid to practice in the off season, and that's paid every 2 weeks with benefits associated with that. Then it's $150.25 in prize money. Then in addition to that, we have 3 double seasons this year.
Yeah.
So that's $10,000 that's an additional $30,000. That's additional $45,000 in prize money for the doubles, and then the singles pays $15,000, $10,000, $5,000 for the entire season. So that's the total prize money. So players make about $30,000, and then you have a pool of $450,000 that's spread amongst win places and shows and the prize. So that's where the prize pool comes together, and it is entirely possible to win over $100,000 if you have an exceptional year. We've seen it happen.
Yes.
And with that, we're ready to begin game number 6, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points, points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1 is Bueno. Receiving the blue post 2, Jedin. Bueno serves. Game 6 begins. Robote. Wow, he hit the ground hard. You all right? He's okay. Point 2. White shirt at post 3. Ron receives. Nice Robote save by Jedin. Scores. Point 2. Green shirt at post 4 receives. Here's Anderluck. Point 4. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Here's Ikeda. Point 5. Here's post 6, the yellow shirt, Kubala. Nice backhand by Ikeda. Good catch by Kubala. Kubala comes over the top. Ikeda's there at the 7 line. Great catch by Kubala. Forehand rebote by Ikeda. Kubala from the 8 line. Ball missed by Ikeda. Point 6. Not yet, Ben. Pink shirt at post 7 receives. Here's El Barba. There's a nice backhand by El Barba. Robote left side, midcourt. Kubala's there. Point 6. Yes, Ben. Now. This next matchup has Kubala serving to the purple shirt at post 8, Ben. There's a nice backhand by Ben. Robote left side by Kubala. Big bounce to the outside. Ben's there. He's got it on the forehand. Carambola return. Scores for Ben. Point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return, post 1. Great catch by Ben. Long carom. Good effort by Ben. Ball touched the pad. That's out. Point 1. Bueno's now serving to the returning 3 post. The white shirt. Ron receives. It's a nice backhand throw by Bueno. Rebote by Ron. Catch by Bueno. Ron. Hard throw. Right up the middle. That scores. Point 3. Ron serves to post 2. Jedin. Ball missed. Point 3. Ron with 4 points. Receiving post 4. Anderluck. Ball missed on the left side of Anderluck. Point 3. Possible game point. White shirt at post 3. Ron. Trying to stop him is Ikeda. Long carom. Stopped by Ron. Ron. The forehand escaped to the overhead screen. Point 5, play continues. Here's post 7, El Barba. Ikeda, forehand rebote. El Barba, backhand. Ikeda, forehand rebote again. Ball tipped at the 11 line, point 5. Possible game point, black shirt of post 5. Ikeda trying to stop him. Kubala. Forehand rebote falls short of the front wall, point 6. 6 with 4 points. Here's post 8, Ben. Point 6. Possible game point for Kubala. Trying to stop him, Bueno. Bueno on the backhand from the 10 line. Stays inside. Kubala goes deep. Rebote for Bueno. Forehand rebote, flip back. Taken in the air by Kubala. Bueno got assessed on it. Could not make the rebote. That is point and game to the yellow shirt of post 6. Kubala. 3 places, 5 shows. Unofficial order finish 6-3-5. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from Game 6 are official. Coming in first, post 6, Kubala. Taking second, post 3, Ron. Coming in third, post 5, Ikeda. There are your prices from Game 6. Look at that. Pick 3. Another pick 3 over $1,000. That's impressive. 876. 3 of 3. $1,010.40. $2 quinella. That's first and second in any order. 3-6 or 6-3. $29. The trifecta 6-3-5. $167.20. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 7, the third and final doubles match of this Friday afternoon performance. Next game is played 2, 7 points, points double after the first round of play. Post time for game 7 is now just 7 minutes away. Good luck.
Remind me of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. One stop, boy, $20.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlight.
I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
When I first got the email, I thought it was pranking me.
I need some clarity on this.
I went on YouTube and I Googled highlight.
I was like, Jai-Alai.
They paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
Having the work, played Division I sport, and then I had a child on the way, so I dropped out.
The crack era was tough. Sports in general was a way out of our environment.
It's really game time now, man.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
We got the streets on fire.
This is gonna be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father.
Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
And that was the trailer to the award-winning Magic City Hustle documentary about the idea to hire and train former athletes, transition them into highlight players. And you get to see it for yourself. You get to see the entire process. And back in their days in North Miami training, you get some insight into their personal lives and much more. And if you would like to watch it, go to MagicCityCasino.com. Under the highlight tab, there's a link that'll take you to Magic City Hustle, or you can just type in MagicCityHustle.com into your browser. And then you can watch it for $5 as many times as you like.
An award-winning Best Documentary in the Miami Film Festival 2019?
19? 18?
19.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, I think 19.
19.
Nonetheless, very good. Definitely check it out.
5 minutes to go for Game 7. So we'll see what happens in Game 7 coming out of the last game. We'll see if... See, it's interesting because Carballo played with a lot more control in that last game. He let more balls come out to Juice. So now we'll see if the same thing happens with... See, I'm trying to think. If I were in Diaz's position, would I be calling Andrew Luck off? I don't know.
Right, yeah.
I probably would. I probably would.
It's interesting also, and maybe this comes into it in Andrew Luck's head as well, as Diaz is very left-handed. He doesn't use his right side.
Extremely left-handed.
That much. And so when he's playing on the outside, you see him take a lot of those balls when he's almost into the net on the left side. So maybe Andrew Luck is just more comfortable. That's on his right side, and it's maybe a little awkward for Diaz. That's the only thing I'm thinking. I don't want to defend Andrew, defending him. But
it's not a question of defending. It's really, because we've seen Diaz score how many? Taking it out there on his left side and throwing a two-wall from the equivalent of what we would call the wood elsewhere.
Yeah, his kill percentage from there is higher than anyone on the roster, and that's no joke. Douglas, every single person, his two walls doesn't compare. One of the best shots here at Magic City.
Yes, in the practice, I love watching them try to catch the ball between their legs. Douglas has this huge bruise on the inside of his knee. And it's like, for what?
For one, yeah.
For what? For what?
It would be different if the people could really see.
For maybe 5 seconds of going, wow. That's it. Alorio caught the ball between his legs during a performance that was actually announced the first week, I think, that Tracy Caracito was announcing in Miami Jai-Alai. And that was actually pretty significant. It was this long point.
Yeah.
Alorio was a phenomenal front court player.
Sure.
Just a phenomenal highlight player. And he passed away last year. But no, he was a phenomenal front. And just in the course of play, he just put his cesta behind him. He would do it in practice, but he did it actually during a game. Now, the important thing is he caught it.
He caught it.
That's the most important thing.
He scored. Maybe.
Exactly. But, I mean, you don't get any extra points for that. We don't give style points, no matter what Carballo thinks.
No.
We do not give style points.
Not even year 3, year 4?
There's not even a side wager on style. Who's got the prettiest style? Let me put $2 on that. No one does that. It's how do you catch, how do you throw, can you score points? That's it. That's really it. It's not particularly complicated. It's difficult to do, but it's not a complicated concept of how to play it. 2 minutes we have till we begin Game 7. That's actually an excellent point that someone brought up.
Yes,
at least
Stu,
that
you
I've
gotta
been
be
told. Yeah, no, we do need to be careful. That pot roast is amazing.
Makes good pot roast, makes some
is
drinks.
Absolutely fantastic.
He's going to be thirsty and hungry if he keeps it up.
Look, I talked to Scott about easing off the alcohol policy. I never drank the first half of my life. I never drank.
Yeah.
A couple, every now and then. But now this last year, things have been tough recently, and alcohol sales have gone up, and I might have contributed to that.
Skyrocketing.
But, it's like, wow, just think if we could sit with a nice smoky mezcal sitting here and watch Jai-Alai,
or a
win-win.
Jai-Alai with Jai-Alai.
Jai-Alai with Jai-Alai.
If people ever tried that beer, there's a Jai-Alai beer. Definitely sold in Florida. Almost every Publix has it. Every time I go there, I notice it and make the same joke about it every time. But they definitely have it here. I don't know about other states, so let us know in the chat where you are and if they have it there. But Jai-Alai with a Jai-Alai, that's got to be a pretty good way to spend your Friday afternoon. I'm jealous of those people.
We have less than a minute to go till we begin Game 7. One way or the other, despite whatever may be a little frustrating, the effort is phenomenal. The effort is just absolute. If I were wagering, which I don't, as we've established, what do I want? I want someone who's going to work their ass off to try to make points and try to win the game. That's what I want. That's all I want to see.
And we got the 3 best games of the day coming up. Those 2 feature singles in the last doubles game. So we'll see how that plays out. Game number 7.
This serve begins Game 7, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving the red shirts, post 1, we have Diaz and Anderluck. Receiving in the blue, post 2, Bueno and Tennessee. There's the serve. Bueno picks it. Point 2. 2 first up on the board in our 7th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirts of post 3, Lamonte and Douglas. Rebote for Bueno. Catch by Douglas. Karam. Bueno got assessed on it, but could not hold on to it. Point 3. That'll bring to the court the green shirts of post 4. This matchup has Lamonte serving to CRB and Vuelo. Douglas on the rebote. Split placement. That's a great catch by Vuelo. Douglas reaches behind him to make the catch. Powerful forehand. Rebote coming hard to the inside and falling short of the front wall. Point 3. Here's post 5, the black shirts. Cool Fitness and Jedden. That 2-all hit the top of the pad, and the pad is bad. Point 3. Here's post 6. The yellow shirts receive Juice and Carballo. Good catch by Douglas. Powerful backhand follows. Carballo calling Juice off. Gets out of the way. 2-all. Scores for Douglas. Point 3. Three with 4 points. Here's post 7, the pink shirts, Asier and Kubala. Rebote left side to the outside. Asier's there. Cortada hit the pad. Point 3. 3 with 5 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive the purple shirts of post 8, El Barba and Ben. There's the forehand rebote by Lamonte. Here's Ben. Ben gives him another one. Swing and a miss. Point 8. Here's post 1, Diaz and Anderluck. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. Good catch by Ben. Here's Anderluck from the 12 line. El Barba on the catch. Anderluck takes it in the air. El Barba midcourt. Anderluck from the forehand. Ben with a long reach makes the catch on the right side. Comes back over the top. El Barba lets this one go. Rebote coming out. There's a rebote turn by Diaz and scoring point 1. Here's post 2, Bueno in Tennessee. Bueno picks the serve. Great catch by Anderluck. Almost. Missed it on the forehand. Point 2. Two has 3 points. This matchup has Bueno serving to post 4, CRB and Vuelo. Bueno on the catch. There's the backhand. Hooked, point 2. Possible game point for post 2. Bueno, Tennessee trying to stop them. Jednan, Cool Fitness. Point in game, post 2, Bueno, Tennessee. 2-3-1 is the unofficial order finish for game 7.
Fuck out of here, peanut.
And a possible correction out there in the example that I gave before of someone catching between their legs, it was Alorio. And I may have said that the player Lordway had passed, but he is not.
He's not?
Alorio passed away last year. That'll get us to our prices for game number 7. Coming in first, post 2, Bueno, Tennessee. Taking second, post 3, Lamonte Douglas. Coming in third, post 1, Diaz and Anderluck.
Stu. I got all the numbers here for the doubles on the week. Really interesting at first glance looking at this. Tennessee and Bueno have been playing out of their minds as they have been these last couple of weeks. Just can't say enough good things about the way they play as a team and in all aspects of doubles. They got 4 wins on the week. Just this week alone, they have 4 wins. The only other team close to them has 2 wins. They are now within 4 games of Douglas and Lamonti for that first place spot in the doubles tournament. So
with Bueno in the front court taking those serves,
it makes it.
Yeah,
we talked about it. I mean, yesterday it's just similar example like in football. I mean, if you have your opponent backed up inside their own 10 and they're punting from their own end zone every time, you're going to get good field position and you're able to do things that maybe other teams don't have the luxury of even doing.
I thought you were reaching for that. That was good.
Yeah, they don't have the luxury of even doing it because he catches the ball in the front court. He's got 3, 4, 5 different options from there, whereas when you're in the backcourt, not only does the opponent have more time to react, but there's, maybe less options and, less quick, fast options that are going to really blow by you. So price is up on the screen now. Sorry, Stu.
The Quinella, 2-3. That's 2-3 or 3-2. First and second in any order, $15.60. The trifecta, 2-3-1, $98. The public all over the 2-3-1. High five, 38762. 4 of 5 numbers returning, $73.50. Carryover jackpot, $552 even. Once again, the high five is guaranteed every day at $2,000. Every performance, rather, at $2,000. 2 games left in today's performance, games 8 and 9. As we close in on the dinner hour. Game 8, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Post time for Game 8. Just about 7 minutes away.
I love Jai-Alai. I think Jai-Alai is a beautiful game. My favorite part of playing Jai-Alai would be that I get to compete. I get to come into a facility with other competitors that are trying their hardest. I get to come out here and try my hardest. Win or lose, you feel a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day after coming in and giving it your all. My 2020 goal is when you open up the program, it should say Chris Bueno, win percentage 150 or better, and in the money percentage 400 or better. I'm gonna finish every game that I get possible game point.
Yes, and Bueno certainly echoing the sentiments he's talking about in that little profile. First time we see that Bueno profile talking about his competitive nature and, guy just loves to play, loves to compete out there. And I actually edited his... Sorry about that. We were talking into the microphone. Everyone could hear. Sorry, Stu. We're talking to the public. We're good. I forgot to turn my mic on. Stu couldn't hear me. I was just babbling on. But
no, actually, your headset. I think the public was hearing you. I couldn't hear you.
The public could hear me. Everyone could hear me. We're good.
Cockamamie headset that we had dangling from our sides of our heads.
Sorry about that, folks.
Cockamamie.
We are. Wow. Yeah, it's a good word.
Have you ever heard that before?
No. I have. No,
okay,
that's.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I always like to check.
Yeah.
I just like to check.
But sometimes forget that we're on, and I forgot to hit the mic, and here we are. So, okay, back to Bueno. Yes, talking about his competitive nature when editing his profile. One of the things he talked about was interesting. I mean, he said, I can't even look at you if you're not even giving the same effort I can. He is that competitive of a guy in doubles, and you see it with, Bueno in Tennessee, the way they play doubles. We talk about it. But he's a consummate teammate. Both of those guys are great teammates. They never get down on each other, and that's one of the biggest things I see. Almost every other team could be, a roll of the eye. It could be any little gesture. That team never does it, and they just seem to continue to climb up that leaderboard, and good to see.
It is something that I like to remind players. It's actually a quote from The Godfather.
Yeah. Oh, another movie.
Never tell people outside of the family what you're thinking again. Yeah. It really is. It's like, obviously partners need to be played up, etc. We know that you're frustrated. We get frustrated. Obviously, I'm a bad example because I get frustrated with things. I shout them into the microphone.
Yeah.
But no, it's the frustration sometimes is absolutely palatable.
And Bueno, look.
Carballo, you pointed that out before. Carballo is excellent at that. Carballo plays juice up when he played with Fred. He played Fred up. They actually won a championship last year.
Right, and it's interesting. It doesn't necessarily equate to the best guys or the best doubles players, and that's interesting in other sports too. And a quick example I'm thinking of is Tiger Woods in golf. I mean, the most dominant golfer maybe of all time. Arguably, I think so, but others may disagree. When he plays in the Ryder Cup, and that's a different format, that's not individual, that's like team points. His Ryder Cup record for a guy as dominant as he is not that good. I mean, he's a little bit over 500, but right around 500 for a guy that's the most dominant player ever. And that's, similar to guys, okay, they may be good at singles, but, their doubles play doesn't really translate. And it's interesting, guys like Ben and El Barba, for some reason, I mean, we talk about that team a lot, but both of them have struggled in doubles play historically. So, interesting to see there as well.
I was about to repeat a mistake from 1992. I was about to announce out of the wrong program. Wow. Yes, we need this performance to end in a very positive way. And we'll start that by announcing out of the right game. Less than a minute to go till we begin Game 8.
And it helps we got the two feature singles games. You're going to get some good action here. And Douglas, again, not on the board at all. And on the board meeting, no wins, no places, no shows, nothing this week for him in singles play. And this through 3 sessions now, 3 full sessions of play, 6 singles games. So for him, you got to think that, for Douglas to go this long without a win, it's, pretty uncharacteristic of him, so maybe overdue in one of these games to take either 8 or 9. I know I'm going out on a limb there saying one or the other, but bound to happen here.
Ready to begin our 8th game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points, points double after the first round of play. Game 8 will close today's Mighty Ocho Jackpot. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, we have Ron. Receiving the blue at post 2, Ikeda. Ron serves. We begin Game 8. Powerful backhand by Ron. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Scoop by Ikeda. Rebote, left side by Ron. Big bounce all the way back to the 10 line. Ikeda's there. Ikeda faked the carom. Ron read it, went back to the inside, returns the backhand hard and low. Rebote by Ikeda. Point 1. 1 first up on the board in our 8th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt at post 3. Here's Andrew Luck. There's a strong forehand play by Andrew Luck. Point 1. Receiving, post 4, the green shirt, Carballo. That's a nice forehand save by Ron. Here's Carballo from the 11 line. Winds up. Hard low throw to the inside. Scoop by Ron. Point 1. Ron has 3 points. He now serves to the black shirt at post 5. This matchup has Ron serving to Kubala. Great catch by Kubala. Nice backhand. Stays to the inside. Forehand rebote by Ranran. Ranran from left side. Just missed it. 0.5. Here's post 6 in the yellow shirt, El Barba. Rebote left side by Kubala. Ball tipped. 0.5. Here's post 7 in the pink shirt. Douglas. Nice backhand by Douglas. Douglas makes the catch on the left side. Hard throw to the inside. Scooped up by Kubala on a beautiful catch. Strong forehand rebote by Douglas. 2-all. Scoop. Douglas reaches out, catches it, returns a cortada that scores. What a well-played point by Douglas and Kubala. Excellent play by both players. Point goes to the 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive purple shirt of post 8, Jedin. Point 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. Here's Ikeda. Ikeda makes the catch. Hard throw to the inside. What a pickup by Jedin. Beautiful catch by Jedin. Hard throw by Ikeda. This one scores. Point 2. 2 serves the returning a 3-post, Anderluck. Point 2. The green shirt, post 4 receives. Carballo. Scoop by Ikeda. A hard throw follows and scores. Point 2. Possible game point for post 2, Ikeda. Trying to stop him. Post 1, Ranran. Ikeda from the forehand. There's a carom. That scores. Point and game. Post 2, Ikeda. 1 places, 5 shows. No playoff here. Unofficial order finished 2-1-5. Coming in first, post 2, Ikeda. Taking second, post 1, Ranran. Coming in third, post 5, Kubala. And we'll have your prices up in just a moment. Then after prices, do a quick review for a question submitted by our producer dealing with the randomization of post positions. There are your prices. The $2 Quinella, 1-2. That's 1-2 or 2-1, 31.20. The trifecta, 2-1-5, $170 even. Mighty Ocho, 1-8-3-8-7-6-2-2. 2 of 8 numbers returning $2. Carry over jackpot, $1,197.60. That's a nice win price. $2 on 2 to win would have returned, or has returned, $22. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 9th and final game, a spectacular 9 Superfecta match. Next game played at 9 points. Points double after the first round of play, offering Superfecta wagering, the only Superfecta of this performance. Post time for Game 9 and the Superfecta is just about 7 minutes away. You want to do the video first?
Yeah, we got a video.
Okay.
Yes, if you've joined us, before game number 9, we have that video explaining Spectacular 9 scoring. Game number 9, the only game with a different scoring format than the others. And this video will help clear it up for you. Take a look.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
And that was an explanation of Spectacular 9 scoring, which will be the format for this 9th and final game of the day. And Stu, we were talking about those post positions. Yes, Stu.
Randomization of post.
Have at it.
So, yeah, by history, the best players, and it is funny because when you hear players that played in the 70s, 80s, and obviously guys from the 60s didn't talk too much about post positions, but you hear guys from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I only played in the 5, 6, 7. I never wore the 1 shirt. According to most highlight players that I've spoken to over the years, no one ever played in the 1, ever. That's first
Never,
of all.
yeah.
No one ever played in the 1 post. So that's first of all. But yes, the best players were handicapped in the 5, 6, 7 based on the Spectacular 7 or Spectacular 9, primarily Spectacular 7. 5, 6, 7 are the most difficult post positions to win out of. And a number of our fans follow those statistics very carefully. They can tell you if the 5 is more difficult than the 7 versus the 6, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, beginning in 88, for a variety of reasons that are synonymous with 1988 in the world of Jai-Alai, that we don't have to go into now, there was a push to change, to take power away from the player managers, is part of what it was.
Sure.
And so computer randomization or bolida, so the spinning of balls to determine post position, randomly selected with the player looking, one of those 2 systems was in place. Where I worked, for the most part, the computer randomization was in place. And the computer programs, they do it in a split second, and they don't take into account anything. They just randomize numbers. And when you look at the spread on post positions, which our computer systems do at the end of a season, you see that the numbers do come out, for the most part, pretty much well fair. Now, last year, when we had Douglas just playing fantastic, that's not taking anything away from him, but also he was winning games easily, and as he went 20, 30, 40 games ahead, wins, not games played, wins ahead of some of his competition. We did experiment with handicapping him in the 5, 6, 7. We did that for a few months. And then we broke away from it as he continued to win no matter what position he was in.
Right.
So that is basically the history of randomization. We now do computer randomization. No one is intentionally handicapped. The fact that Douglas is only... We did take a look at this actually just last week. The fact that Douglas is only playing 2 singles games, the computer randomizes all of his post positions, all of the post positions. So the doubles may be more favorable in singles because, if I'm not mistaken, you have post positions.
Yeah, so I actually looked it up because saw there was some chatter in the chat about this, and obviously we just want to have all the facts right and all the information right when we say these. So post positions for Douglas this week, the week number 6 in Jai-Alai, games 8 and 9 only. Going back to Thursday matinee in order, these are the posts: 7-6, 5-5, 6-3, 7-5. So, just defending Douglas here, obviously been getting, difficult draw in the post position. That makes sense to what you're saying in terms of the randomization, that in those singles games, there's a little glitch that may be, a factor in why.
Not so much a glitch, but that it when you look at all of his post positions, the singles maybe just turning out that way.
Right.
And the other thing that's been brought up is, why is he restricted to playing 2 games? Just truth be told, what it is. So the players who've been with us since year 1, specifically we're talking about Andrew Luck, we're talking about Jedin. This year, EK to a certain extent have played more games. Total games played is part of our statistics package in the program or on the computer. And that's a selection made by basically management. And we're only in the second month of, we just completed our first month of live highlight.
Right.
So you're going to see those numbers. You're going to see those numbers change.
And even this week in particular, the numbers for everyone are a lot closer than they were, and that's just because that whole offseason and the rates at which they improved and how good they were coming back was
there's really no specific.
Very difficult.
There's not an exact science to it.
Right.
There really isn't. Some players will get more games than other players. By the end of the season, it will all be balanced out.
Yeah.
And I think that you'll see that reflected in the final numbers as well. So obviously we have no control over who wins games or how someone plays. And week to week, a player's going to play great this week and play terrible next week.
Right.
And so he may have an additional 10 games. But with 0 minutes to go, we will say that it will all turn out fair for everybody, with everybody getting an equal shot at prize money by the end of the season. And we try to focus on that.
Yeah.
We're ready to begin Game 9, a spectacular 9 superfecta match. This game is played to 9 points, points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1 is Andrew Luck, receiving in the blue at post 2, Ben. We open the 9th game with an overserve, point 2. White shirt at post 3, receiving. Here's Ron. Rebote by Ben. He goes to the floor to make the save. Ron steps in at the 8 line. Strong backhand. Rebote by Ben. Made it to the front wall and scored. Don't shrug. You threw it. It scored. Take it. Move on. Point 2. Green shirt at post 4 receives. Here's Bueno. There's a powerful backhand by Bueno. Point 2. That'll bring to the court the black shirt at post 5. This matchup has been serving to Douglas. Sidearm carom does not cut out. Ben stops it. Forehand rebote save by Douglas. Ben moves up, comes in at the 5 line. Powerful backhand rebote going all the way. Douglas sends it back. Ben, a diving save to make that rebote. Very nice. Here's Douglas at the 8 line. Rebote is low. What a well-played point for Ben and Douglas. Receiving post 6, Carballo. Rebote left side. stay down. He stays down. Douglas throws the 2-all, and he got there to throw it. They played well there. I like that. 0.5. Here is post 7. The pink shirt, Kubala. Strong forehand rebote by Douglas. Outside placement attempt by Kubala goes straight to the pad. 0.5. Douglas with 3 points. Here's post 8. The purple shirt. Ikeda. Rebote falls short. 0.8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. Here's post 1, Anderluck. Catch by Anderluck, missed at the 10 line, 0.8. Here's post 3, Ron. Rebote by Ron. Nice and high to the front wall, passing Ikeda on the left side. Forehand rebote by Ikeda. Rebote left side by Ron. Powerful backhand. Will score for Ron. 0.3. Here's post 4, Bueno. Rebote, left side by Ron. Good catch by Bueno. Bueno goes deep. Rebote left side by Ron. Bueno steps in at the 6 line, winds up, throws a 2-all that hits the pad. 0.3. Receiving, post 2, the blue shirt. This matchup has Ron serving to Ben. Rebote forehand, hooked, 0.3. Ron's on the board with 6 points. Remember, 9 points are needed to win a superfecta game. Here's post 6, Carballo. That's a nice rebote save. Carballo on the forehand. Ron goes to the floor and makes the save. Ball caught in the air by Ron. One-handed grab by Carballo. Ron from the left side. Powerful backhand. Interference. That point will be replayed. Couple things going on there. And yes, Ron's got nice hair, doesn't he?
I was thinking that same thing still. Funny you said that.
Yeah. Don't really know he's got that much hair.
I was going to say, good
Full head.
flow under that helmet. Wow.
Powerful backhand. Will score. 0.3. Possible game point for post 3. Ron. Trying to stop him is Kubala. Orion Rabote. Ron makes the catch. Powerful backhand. Rabote coming all the way out. Orion Rabote to the inside. That scores for Kubala. 0.7. Here's post 5, Douglas. That's an overserve. 0.5. Here's post 1, Anderluck. Douglas takes the ball in the air at the 9 line. Rabote. Forehand, thrown hard, inside, Douglas is there. Rabote left side, Anderluck keeps it in play. Here's Douglas. Hard to the inside. Scores. 0.5. Possible game point, black shirt at post 5, Douglas. Trying to stop him, post 8, Ikeda. Chula, or the next best thing to scores. Point and game for post 5, Douglas. 5 wins at 3 places, 2 serves to 8. This is a playoff for 3rd and 4th place. Long carom by Ikeda's gonna score. Third place finish for Ikeda. Ben comes in 4th. 5-3-8-2. Unofficial order of finish. Results are official from game number 9. Coming in first, post 5. Douglas taking second, post 3. Ron. Coming in third, post 8. Ikeda taking 4th for the Superfecta, post 2. Ben. 5-3-8-2 is the official order of finish from game 9.
And obviously a very important win if you have Douglas in that fantasy, with spending $10 to get him, and had 1 point in the full 2 sessions coming into the day. and picked up a win there in the Superfecta game. Gives him a nice 5 points and a big boost if you had him. Almost would have been maybe end of the week for you. And you never want to say the week's over. You got a lot of highlight left, but would have been tough to come back from that. But a win keeps you breathing a little bit. So there's Douglas on the board, 1 win, and he also has a quad, so 6 fantasy points for that as the prices roll on your screen.
$2 Quinella. Actually, let's start with the Superfecta. 5382 Superfecta, $25.98. $2 Quinella 3-5, that's 3-5 or 5-3, $22.40. Trifecta 5-3-8, $161.40.
And another guy who's been particularly hot this week. Look at Ikeda's stat line across the board. 3 wins, which is tied for the lead. 1 place, 6 shows. 6 shows for Ikeda. That's the next closest person's Vuelo with 3, and then a couple of guys with 2 and 1s across the board there. Ikeda in the money percentage this week, 83% of the time, 10 of 12 games. So pretty solid week there for Ikeda.
That's definitely significant. Overall, there's been some great play these last 2 days, but competition is hardcore. No question about that.
No question. And it's getting a little tighter for that singles race, too. Ikeda Douglas 24-23. They were tied going into that last game, too, and then Douglas pulled it out, so he's 1 length ahead. 24-23, it's just going to get better and better as the season goes on. I mean, the gap, as crazy as it sounds, the gap has actually closed since the start of the season. The better players were much better, and the worst players were not playing as well. That gap is significantly decreased at this point in the year, and that is reflected in the standings. Championship singles, Douglas still in the lead, 24. Ikeda second at 23. Anderluck third, 19. Bueno in fourth with 16. Tennessee 15. Vuelo has 14. So a bunch of guys still in the race across the board. It's going to be an exciting finish to every week, every day is going to have a lot of significance because there's just so many games played. One game, one good day could be the difference over the course of the season. So we'll see how that plays out.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Friday afternoon performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon and invite you to join us again tomorrow when we'll play 9 more action-packed games at 4 p.m. That's right. Your screen says 12 p.m. That's a mistake. We will not be here at 12 p.m. I won't be here at 12 p.m.
Probably be asleep at 12 p.m. Yes.
Me, hopefully sound asleep
yeah.
At 12 p.m. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. We sure hope you enjoyed today's Jai-Alai action in Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai channel. Let us know your thoughts and any questions you might have in the comments section in the live chat that goes on while we're playing live. On behalf of players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today and hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Andrew, have a good night.
If I can figure out how to turn on my mic, I would say likewise to you. Likewise,
I appreciate that.
Take care, Stu. Have a good sleep. Yeah, we'll see you at 4 tomorrow.
That's right. Roll Stu off and let's get him some sleep. So goodbye till we can see you back here at Magic City Jai-Alai. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you tomorrow.